Filmmaker, Euromaidan activist, Ukrainian national Oleg Sentsov was arrested earlier this month in Crimea, where the human rights situation is rapidly deteriorating, and now he's been charged by Russia with planning a terrorist attack. Born in Crimea, 38-year-old Sentsov was a vocal opponent of Russia's armed takeover and occupation of Ukraine's Black Sea Peninsula. He was working on a new feature called Rhino, which was being financially supported by a German film organization when he was arrested in his home in Simferopol. Russia's Federal Security Service has accused Sentsov of being a member of Ukrainian right-wing group Pravy sector, adding that he was in possession of explosives, firearms, and nationalist paraphernalia. The German film group funding Sentsov's project says the filmmaker's only quote-unquote crime was that he opposed Russia's annexation of Crimea. Pravy sector says that they had nothing to do with Sentsov, who hasn't been seen since his arrest 2 weeks ago. Chair of the European Film Academy, Agnieszka Holland, has called for Sentsov's release. Joining the chorus, German film director Wim Wenders spoke at an award ceremony last week and also demanded Sentsov's immediate release. Sentsov was arrested in Crimea, the Russian-occupied Ukrainian peninsula, where reports of human rights abuses are mounting. The United Nations recently released a report calling the deterioration of human rights in Crimea alarming. The report cited targeted killings, torture, and beatings, as well as restrictions on the Crimean Tatar community. Amnesty International released a report last week saying the Tatar community faces increasing violence and discrimination, despite assurances made by the de facto Crimean authorities to protect the rights of Tatars. Reporters Without Borders says security forces in Crimea have been pressuring journalists, issuing threats and seizing and damaging equipment.